Welcome to Great Chefs of the World, a culinary survey featuring premier chefs from around the globe.
This time, an appetizer is prepared by Manfred Buchinger in Vienna, Austria. It's called hot curdled chanterelle soup. Then the entree is served at Le Maire restaurant in the HIEntrée Hotel in Honolulu. At taping time, the executive chef was George Mavrothalassitis, and he offers a variation on cooking with salt, Onaga in herbed rock salt crust. From Buenos Aires, Dolly Irigan does an exemplar of the great Italian dessert, tiramisu. It's soft sponge cake, moistened with coffee and amaretto, containing a caramel mascarpone cream filling. George Mavrothalassitis proves that enormous cooking talent is not the only attribute in making a great chef. There's also energy. Covering him in the kitchen was like following an athlete. His entree, breathlessly shot, is onago, a long-tailed pink snapper in an herbed salt crust.
So on this recipe I use onaga, which is certainly one of the best fish you find in the ocean. Is a red snapper, long-tailed snapper, which has nothing to do with the red snapper you have in the mainland. It's not the same fish, it's not the same quality of fish. This is really, it's very close to the sea bass, maybe about the flesh or the white sea bass. So this is one of the best fish you find in the ocean. I believe it's also one of the best fish you find in the world. This is really exceptional. It's very delicate and very nice. So this is the opaka paka. So what I use, I want to protect this beautiful quality of fish from the heat of the oven. So I use a crust with this salt crust with a little bit flour, egg white to mix together, and I put inside fresh thyme and rosemary. So I get in the fish the flavor from the crust, the thyme and the rosemary, and the crust give an iodine flavor to the fish, which is wonderful.
Olive oil starts the sauce.
So I put some shallot, olive oil, shallot, garlic, this is a very easy and very fast sauce to do.
Tomatoes peeled and seeded are diced.
I never use chicken stock, of course. I don't like too much stock because they are always giving the wrong flavor to what you do. I mean, I don't want really to use fish stock and to give a fishy flavor to my sauce. Which so what I use instead of to use the fish stock, can use clam juice if you like. Sometimes clam juice is no bad. I use a nage, which is a vegetable broth with white wine. That's all. I'm talking about professional kitchen, but even if you cook at home, it's nice if you don't have to use any stock, because sometimes you don't know how to make stock or you don't have time to do it. So this, I believe, is very nice to know how to cook without any stock. Okay, now I'm going to do the fish.
A tea leaf, traditionally used for wrapping food at luau's, is on the dough.
What I put a tea leaf on the bottom, which is going to protect the fish from the salt. Of course, I don't want my fish to be salty. So I protect the flesh from the salt with the tea leaf, and the top with the skin. And when I'm going to open the crust, I'm going to remove the skin. So the fish is not salty, it just have the iodine flavor from the salt. And I put some spinach. Everything, you know, everything I try to do in the kitchen is not for the look. I mean, I don't say I don't care about the look. I care about the look. But I always say to my cook, don't spend too much time decorating, spend more time cooking. The idea also to put spinach is to make sure the fish doesn't steam too fast in the contact of the oven. So it's going to stay moist, protected by the spinach also, and this makes a beautiful garnish with the flavor of the fish inside, which is fantastic. Of course, this recipe is going to be carved on the dining room. So I have to make sure my fish looks like a fish, just because we arrive in the dining room with the fish and carve the fish. So I put one more piece of salt crust on the top. And now I'm going to carve which is very easy. I mean, it's not something really difficult to do.
An egg wash covers the fish. More coarse salt is added, and it is baked at 375 degrees for 25 minutes.
Where I mix chives,
Fresh herbs are added to the sauce.
tarragon, green onion, charbon, and of course ogo, which is very important.
Ogo is seaweed.
And the fish is ready. So we carve the fish. Of course, when you carve the fish, you have to make sure that you don't put any rock salt inside. And of course, you remove the skin. And the fish is not salty at all. Even you notice I have to put salt in the sauce to make sure you have some salt on the recipe. And you carve on the table. I take the spinach, and of course I put the spinach on the top. And this is a relish.